We had not one, but 3 events over the weekend. I think we had a 4th one as well, but I can't find anything on Spain/France if it actually went off. So, but we have Italy, we have TAC, and we have Core TCG all in one weekend. Let's go over all the amazing decks that came to fruition. We had a bunch of security control. We had even a Shoutmon DX show up. We even had a bunch of other stuff that just got in nice toppings. Another Imperial Digimon list. So guys, without further ado, let's dive right in and go over the decks. First event we're going to talk about is none other than the Italian event. They had their Evo Cup this past weekend and they posted their top 8. First off list, we have the yellow security control list that focuses heavily on recovery and popping off. A very interesting list. Using the Bushy Agumon as they're like getting in for those final win turns is really good. Being able to Digivolve on top of the QBmon, hopefully keeping your advantage constant throughout the game. You can also use Salamon to die and recover. Just really solid list. The basics you're going to see are Zawart defeats, the, Volder Arms, Gaia Forces, no Transcendent Sword, which was replaced by Eden's Javelin. Minusing DP does help out. And then you have the yellow 7 cost option that does minus 1,000, 12,000 DP, I think, if I remember correctly. Pull it up. 7's Heavens gives only minus 10,000. Sorry, not 12. That is my bad, boys and girls. So let's go back. So definitely a very solid list, no lie. Another security control list, very slightly different. It focuses the same kind of gist. They use the Bushies, they use the Salamons. I think it's a really solid way of going about it. And Angemons. They went with it looks like 3 Zawart defeats, which props to them, really good. Both of them do use Izzy, which is a very clutch card, especially because it can tell you what your next recoveries are. Knowledge is power in this game. Next, 3rd place was Lord Nightmod, which very impressive in itself, especially when you see 2 of the top decks being security control. You would figure Lord Nightmod would have walked them, but apparently it wasn't strong enough to get there, which is beyond me. It's a basic one with Mastamon in it. So 1/Anja, 2 Masta, and Lord Nightmon at a playset. And Volderarm, which I kind of get where you're trying to go here, but Volderarm becomes a dead card if you Digivolve on top of Mastamon. So I don't know how I feel about that. Next, we have green Nidhogg Reflegiumon control, which is really impressive. Using Bancho Stingmon and Mecha Gargomon are really good solid techs in this deck. I think it's a very solid list he's gone with. The needle sprays are definitely needed for the Nidhogg turns. It just helps out immensely. Being able to wipe full boards is just how the name of the game when green goes. Next, we do have another Lord Nightmon, but this is generic Lord Nightmon. Looks like he went with 1/Angemon, which is weird. Oh, he went double War Greymon, which isn't a bad combo play, but you want to do the slash for more consistency. I get he's playing Salamon to help with minusing DP potential, but you don't know what you're going to see off the bat. We have another Shoutmon DX build. It looks like people are starting to get on that Shoutmon hype train, which I do not blame them. Being 6th place Shoutmon is bravo to them. Hats off to them. No ties at all. They relied on Nokia by the looks of it to make it so their champion line could be free if they hard played the Agumon. I definitely like where they went with this. Definitely a solid list. Very, very, very solid list. And finally, 7th was a Rookie Rush build. Really good to see Rookie Rush kind of being tapered to the bottom. Another Rookie Rush list. Very impressive, very powerful. It just really uniquely seeing all these Rookie Rush lists coming forwards. It's really something unique when you see them get pushed down to the bottom. I think seeing Shoutmon alone is just a hype train. Shoutmon, this weekend was a Shoutmon weekend because we see many toppings with Shoutmon. So let's go over to the spreadsheet. So for core TCG, we had Lord Nightmon, Lilith Loop, Green OTK, Security Control, Imperial Dramon by Dan Vega, and then another Lord Nightmon. Sadly, no Shaman came in first in this set, but let's take a quick glance at all the nice, beautiful things, right? So open link. So Lord Nightmon, basic deck that you're gonna see. I'm not even that overly impressed. It's, you know, 2 Slash Angemon, 1 Yellow War Greymon, and 1 Ford Lord Nightmons. Nothing really changes much here. The Kentomon could just be another Gladymon. Not a bad layout, but you know what it means. We're gonna go check the next one. We kind of already know what's gonna happen with all these. Get a bunch of Lord Nightmon, Lord Knight Mastimon here. They're using, you know, Zawart defeat to Digivolve on top of Mastimon to blow up a Tamer, and at least Mastermon just produces a Mon out of the deal. So definitely good targets there. Next list we'll talk about is the 3rd place. Let's see, open link. So another Slash War combo, which is not bad. As long as they have enough Slash Angemons, they can just control board state. Deck is kind of pricey, but there's nothing really out of the ordinary here. The War Growlmons and Angelwomon are kind of staples. I mean, a lot of people are starting to subtract that out and just focus heavily on these two as their main go-getters. So not a bad tactic here. Next, let's get to that Lilith Loop here. Lilith Loop. Open link. Nope, I didn't get that Lilith Loop open. Sorry about that. Let me get that real quick for you. Open link. The Lilith Loop actually topping is been kind of weird. We haven't seen much on Lilith Loop's kind of identity after all. Like, Lilith Loop has kind of fallen off in favor for purple regular deck, but just purple in general hasn't had that representation that everybody's been hyped about. And it's scary to see that purple's kind of falling down because Lord Nightmon's just so oppressive, which Lilith Loop was supposed to be its Achilles heel, but it seems like it's not as much of Achilles heel as everyone expected. Next, we have Green OTK being 3 Grand Quagamon, 4 Nidhogg's. I definitely recommend 4 Nidhogg's, especially on a Rookie Rush heavy meta, just so that you guarantee that see that Nidhogg, because if you don't see that Nidhogg, you're done. Rookie Rush just punishes you so badly for taking up their time. So definitely like to see the OTKs. Next, let's see what this security control is looking like. This champion security control list. It's just a basic recovery yellow heavy focus. So they took out the Transcendent Sword. So yellow focus security control is still very valuable. It's like Mega Zoo fused with security control. It just focuses heavily on recovery and just keeps going from there and going and going and going and going. I think this is probably what we're going to definitely see from now on, is this heavy focus on the yellow security control for the rest of this format. For the English side, I don't see anybody else playing the other version unless they don't want to do well. Now, Dan Vega, we kind of can guess what he's playing. We already know what his, you know, bread and butter list. He plays 1 Nidhogg. Oh, he brought in a BT-1 Omnimon, which is surprising at best. Wasn't expecting to see that. He's got the Blitz Omni, but 1 BT-1 Omnimon, I wasn't expecting that in at all. Definitely the 4 jamming Vmons, which you definitely want to see, because if you're not on the right one, it does struggle a bit. Nidhogg is just bread and butter cake. He got rid of the Tamer. It looks like he's heavily focusing on the popping with Kikaitis Breath, which I don't blame him. Very solid plays. I think it's a really solid call. And then one final Lord Nightmon list. Lord Nightmon definitely playing that 3 slash. Like I said, it's the most consistent version, I think, if you're going to be focusing heavily on DP and removal, is that's the best way you want to go about it. You get your recoveries, you get your build. So Definitely don't sleep on this deck. I think it's a really solid one. Well, we already know it's not like it's not #1 meta contender, so definitely take that with a grain of salt. Next, okay, we got Max Trapita. So Max really showed off with our Fleesiamon this weekend. 4 with Fleesiamon, 4 Nidhogg. I'm always skeptical to go to 4. I think 3 is just optimally fine, and then you can get a Poncho Stigmon out of the deal. And I think bumping up Nidhogg to 4 is a great call. But looking at this list, not gonna lie, our babies are the same. I wouldn't play 3 Mimi personally just because it takes up too much space. But no flower cannons to be seen, which is surprising because if Nidhogg fails 1 board wipe, you're kind of screwed. But oh my goodness, solid all around. I do applaud him. This list is very, very good. I don't see any issues with what he did. I mean, maybe playing some flower cannons would be nice, but not a bad deal all around. And it's very budget friendly if you looked at it. So let's open that link. Let's see that Lord Nightmon list. Everybody loves Lord Nightmon, right? So this was similar to that 8th list. Very similar. Actually, I think it's just cookie cutter paste, except for the Salamon. Salamon's like the new card in it. But definitely seeing that common trend where everybody just shoots to that. Let's take a look at the Shoutmon DX, boys and girls. I'm really excited. So Shoutmon, I feel like everybody's been sleeping on it. I think the Gaia Force, Tyler did a really good job from Gaia Force Gaming. Definitely we talked a little bit and he was giving me some pointers and suggestions when Shoutmon, I was struggling with it a little bit after it's done me well. But the Koromon, I think playing the 1 Koromon that lets you draw a card if you're on an Omnimon or a Greymon, it really does help out. So it looks like he really went in with the Groundramon. So if he bricked, you can slam down the Groundramon, giving them 3. They don't have a response to Groundramon. You can go right into what you need to. Go into Shoutmon DX, get that Zeeg underneath and just clear out. Or you go Groundramon, Digivolve into Shoutmon DX, into Metal Greymon, swing in, clear out their big Mega, and then just go from there. To be honest with you, it's a very solid list. I think the Gaia Force Punishment Insecurity definitely helps out. The Agunimon definitely helps out. I think he went really solid with the list. I don't see any flaws in that list. Oh look, we got the 19 Lord Nightmons. Let's go take a quick look, quick gander. Let's see, open link. Lord Nightmon, which one is this? This is the /Mastamon one. Playing Kyrie is a really nice tech for Mastamon, but I don't think you really want to play Kyrie. Yes, it makes it so your Mastamon only costs 3, which, yeah, that's really good and all, but it's like that hit or miss moment. Do you really rely on Mastamon unless it's really setting up for you well? So, next, open link. Nope, that's the same one I just looked at, apparently. Like 9 of them. Open link. Okay, apparently they're both. I'm bad at opening links. So open link. So we have War Greymon in the slot, which is not a bad tech. Just another Lord Nightmon list. What more do you want? Feel like we just had a very heavy Lord Nightmon meta, and it's just gonna keep going for the rest of this up until November, which really sucks. We have Yellow Rookie Rush being Yellow Rookie Rush, just how it's gonna play out, boys. Then let's get into that final Lord Nightmon list, because why wouldn't we? So we got Nightmon, 3 Yellow War Greymons, and then Lord Nightmon is crazy strong. I think it's a very interesting list. It's very much, wasn't expecting War Greymon as heavy, but it's not a bad call, especially if you comboed off with Angelwolmon. War Greymon just combos into Oblivion, which is really good. So, guys, hopefully you like these lists. Definitely tell me what was kind of, if you played in these events, what kind of lists you enjoyed the most seeing and fighting in. What was like one of your major matchups that you saw? So guys, remember, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace!